Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time, and Steve is strong. I mean, he can lift 36 stacks of solid gold blocks, but how strong is he, really? My name is Crifzer, and let's dive into this modern classic to see what Steve can do. Minecraft employs a wide variety of hand weapons, both melee and ranged, including the sword, axe, trident, crossbow, and shield, with further reinforcement from armor and stat augmentations. These are your go-to options for defending yourself during your adventure, and while their power levels obviously vary considerably from humble wood and stone, all the way up to enchantments and diamond and netherite, even at the upper levels of possible gear, they deal with enemies, but not much more than that can be said about them. This is the most powerful type of sword, enchanted with full sharpness and fire to boot, and while it's certainly cutting through these basic enemies, its efficiency isn't terribly impressive considering the level of equipment being used. I could get better results by equipping a sword enchanted to deal with a specific type of enemy, in this case the undead, but general sharpness and enemy specific upgrades are mutually exclusive, and even one of these swords is quite expensive to produce, not to mention that no enchantment is going to fully fix the limited hitbox or damage per second cap the timing mechanic introduces. These tools are your go-to options for damage dealing. However, many more open themselves up to resourceful players, including death by TNT, crushing, burning, drowning, falling, or various dangerous potion effects, and many of these can be completely automated. These ultimately aren't going to be leaned on anywhere near as much as their primary weapons though, which between their initial creation and repair is already getting costly. Pour enchantments, tipped arrows, potions, etc. into the mix, and you're now using a massive amount of the game's rarest resources and equipment just to temporarily emulate the combat proficiency many video game characters gain access to through a single move. Defense is more reasonable. At least when you're fully armored, you can take a beating worthy of the resources poured into that armor. Overall, combat is probably not Steve's strong suit in Minecraft, although we have another game to look at. Yeah, that's right, Smash Bros. Steve was released into that game, which means that we can compare his strength to other characters like Pac-Man, Mario, Sonic, and Mega Man. In Smash, I'm pretty comfortable saying that Steve has some very good moves. These include one of the few combo jabs in the game, a ludicrously powerful downer that can be jump cancelled, and even works out of a footstool, a spiking forwarder that hits on frame 8 in a world where these moves usually pay a heavy speed premium, an extremely quick and versatile minecart that functions as everything from a combo tool to a kill move to somewhat bizarrely a command grab, a very multifaceted down tilt, fantastic throw combos at early percents along with dedicated kill throw, some of the quickest juggling tools in Smash through his up tilt and up air, both of which compare to his extremely powerful up smash, etc. And the range of many of these attacks are somewhat limited, and the main balancing factor obviously comes from requiring resources to use effectively, but just look at this and tell me you're not seeing some powerful moves here. I'm not going to go too much into this here because I don't think a lot of my viewers are too into competitive Smash Bros, but if I don't mention it, I feel like I would just be dishonest. I can see why at low level, mid level, and potentially high level, why you would think there is potential and that he might be mid tier or maybe high tier, but not at top level. Almost all characters can take hard advantage of him if they just know the matchup and keep abusing his weaknesses. Basically, almost all characters in this game can camp out Steve and move circles around him at top level. If they just keep jumping and land with safe aerials, and they move away or jump away or dash attack, and patiently keep it up, I mean, if they get cornered, it won't be hard to get to the middle either, as Steve will have a hard time catching them anyway. And if they know the matchup and never get hit by the minecart, Steve is locked to perfect shield gaming and dash attack mostly. It's sad to say, but this character would need some big buffs to be a good character at top level. Now, that doesn't mean that Steve won't be able to win a few games here or there in tournament, or even potentially have a good run once in a while. Luckily, this is Ultimate, not Brawl or Smash 4, and the bad character isn't completely unviable. A bad character is still pretty good, and even the worst character in the game can do decently. So yes, from time to time you'll see some amazing plays and some amazing players doing some amazing things with Steve. But with the tepid performance in his home series being balanced out by a strong, albeit very resource-dependent toolkit in Smash, I'd give Minecraft Steve a power rating of 6 out of 10.